about, go and get him or one of these strikers. Arsenal need a striker.
Arsenal fans, the transfer window is heating up, and the club is in desperate need of firepower. With Gabriel Jesus sidelined and Bukayo Saka struggling with injuries, the Gunners' attack is looking dangerously thin. And let's be honest, if Arsenal wants to stay in the title race, they need goals. That's why recent transfer rumors have everyone talking. Brentford's Brian Mbeumo has been lighting up the Premier League, and reports suggested Arsenal was interested. But hold on, Thomas Frank has shut that door fast. Meanwhile, Alexander Isak, Dusan Vlahovic, and Viktor Gyökeres have all been linked with a move to North London. So, where does this leave Arsenal? Let's break it all down. One name that has been making headlines is Viktor Gyökeres. According to reports from L'Equipe, Arsenal are seriously considering a move for the Sporting CP striker.
We need strikers.
And it's easy to see why. Gyökeres has been in sensational form this season, scoring an incredible 21 goals in just 17 league matches. But Arsenal aren't the only club interested. Manchester United, who recently appointed former Sporting manager Ruben Amorim, are also reportedly keen on the Swedish striker. However, Sporting CP have slapped a hefty €100 million price tag on him. The good news for Arsenal fans, the club might actually be willing to meet that valuation. After spending big on Declan Rice last summer, reports suggest that Arsenal are no longer reluctant to pay what Sporting is demanding. If that's the case, Gyökeres could be wearing an Arsenal shirt before the window closes. If Arsenal don't go all in on Gyökeres, what are their other options? Names like Newcastle's Alexander Isak and Lille's Jonathan David have been mentioned, but neither club is willing to sell in January. That leaves Brentford's Brian Mbeumo as another potential target. The 25-year-old has been impressive in the Premier League this season, but he isn't a traditional number 9 like Gyökeres. Still, Arteta could see him as a valuable attacking option. After Arsenal's hard-fought win over Tottenham on Wednesday, Mikel Arteta made it clear that the club is actively looking for reinforcements this month. Speaking to TNT Sports, he said, "We're going to try, for sure." He also pointed out the squad's depth issues, saying, "I think we have lost two very, very important players. We have 14 players in the squad, and we play every 3 days. With such a tight schedule, strengthening the squad is a must." Mbeumo has been in top form this season, scoring 13 goals and providing 3 assists for Brentford. That kind of output is exactly what Arsenal could use right now. His versatility, ability to play across the front line, and knack for scoring in crucial moments make him an ideal fit for Mikel Arteta's system. Naturally, rumors started swirling that the Gunners were considering a bid for the Cameroon international. However, Brentford's manager, Thomas Frank, wasted no time in shutting those rumors down. When asked if Mbeumo could leave in January, he simply said no. Very easy to answer that question. That's about as definitive as it gets. Brentford knows how vital Mbeumo is to their attacking setup, especially with Ivan Toney only recently returning from suspension. Losing their star winger in the middle of a season would be a huge setback, and they're not willing to take that risk. With Mbeumo off the table, Arsenal needs to look elsewhere, and fast. The Gunners can't afford to end this transfer window empty-handed, especially with Manchester City and Liverpool strengthening their squads. So, who else is on Arsenal's radar? With Mbeumo staying put, Arsenal is shifting focus to other targets, and one name that keeps coming up is Newcastle's Alexander Isak. The Swedish striker is a top-tier talent, fast, clinical, and technically gifted. He has already proven himself in the Premier League, scoring crucial goals for Newcastle. But there's a major hurdle. Newcastle reportedly won't even consider selling unless they get an offer above £150 million. That's an enormous price tag, even for Arsenal. Given the club's financial situation, it seems unlikely they'll break the bank for Isak in January. Another option, Dusan Vlahovic from Juventus. Arsenal has been linked with him before, and now, with 18 months left on his contract and no extension in sight, Juventus might be open to selling, if they can land a replacement, possibly PSG's Kolo Muani. Vlahovic is a traditional number 9, strong, powerful, and deadly in the box. He could provide the physical presence that Arsenal has been lacking up front. The only concern is whether he fits into Arteta's system, which relies heavily on movement and link-up play. And then there's Yoane Wissa, another Brentford forward who has caught Arsenal's attention. He's bagged 11 goals in 18 league games and could provide a much-needed boost. But just like with Mbeumo, Brentford has made it clear they are not selling in January. That means Arsenal will have to look elsewhere or consider alternative strategies. January is a tough window to do business in. Clubs don't want to lose key players mid-season, and when they do, the prices skyrocket. Arsenal also has to be mindful of financial fair play regulations, which means they can't just throw money at every problem. So, could a loan deal be the solution? Maybe a short-term signing to cover Jesus' absence and give Arsenal the depth they need? The Gunners have used the loan market well in the past. Think Martin Odegaard's initial loan from Real Madrid before he became a permanent signing. Someone like João Felix, who is struggling for game time at Barcelona, could be an interesting option if a deal can be structured properly. Another potential strategy is targeting lower profile but high potential players who could be available at a more reasonable price. Arsenal's scouting department has done well in recent years, identifying gems like Gabriel Martinelli. Could they unearth another hidden talent who could make an impact? One thing is clear. Arsenal must act fast if they want to stay in the title race. With Mbeumo and Wissa staying at Brentford and Isak's price tag through the roof, Vlahovic might be their best shot. But will the Gunners go all in before the deadline? Or will they wait for the summer and risk falling behind? At the end of the day, the fans want answers. Arsenal has made massive strides under Arteta, but to compete with City, Liverpool, and even a resurgent Aston Villa, they need goals. This transfer window is a make-or-break moment for their season. What do you think, Gunners? Who should Arsenal sign? Drop your thoughts and comments, and let's talk transfers. The Premier League title race is heating up, and Arsenal is right in the mix. But there's one big problem looming over the Gunners' chances: injuries. With key players like Gabriel Jesus and Bukayo Saka sidelined, Arsenal's attack has been hit hard, leaving them needing a solution fast. While they had originally planned to hold off on any major moves until the summer, recent developments could push them to act now in the January transfer window. Could Dusan Vlahovic, the Serbian striker currently at Juventus, be the answer to their problems? Let's dive into the details. The injury to Gabriel Jesus has left a huge gap in Arsenal's attack. The Brazilian striker, who has been a key part of their offensive strategy, is out for an extended period, leaving a noticeable hole in the team's front line. But it's not just Jesus. Bukayo Saka, one of Arsenal's most consistent performers, is also sidelined, along with several other important players. With a depleted squad, Arsenal's title aspirations are in jeopardy if they can't find a way to keep up their attacking momentum. It's becoming clear that reinforcements are needed, and they need them sooner rather than later. At the start of a season, Arsenal had planned to make any significant transfer moves in the summer. But with injuries mounting and their title hopes hanging in the balance, the Gunners may be forced to change course. Now, rather than waiting, they're looking to bolster their squad this month with a focus on strengthening their attack. The timing couldn't be worse, though. January transfers are notoriously tricky, and top targets are often hard to secure mid-season. Still, Arsenal can't afford to sit on their hands while key players remain unavailable. This is where Dusan Vlahovic comes into the picture. The Serbian striker made a high-profile move to Juventus from Fiorentina in 2022, and while he's shown flashes of brilliance, his future at the club is far from certain. Juventus has been in negotiations with Vlahovic over a new contract, but the talks have hit a bit of a snag. The two sides can't seem to reach an agreement, and Vlahovic's contract situation has left many wondering whether Juventus might be willing to sell him. If Juventus can't tie him down with a new deal, the striker could be on the move, and Arsenal is reportedly ready to make their move if the opportunity arises. Why Vlahovic? Well, simply put, he has all the qualities Arsenal need right now. The 23-year-old is a powerful, physical forward with an eye for goal, something Arsenal is desperately missing in the wake of Jesus' injury. His ability to hold up the ball, finish in the box, and bring a commanding presence to the attack would provide Arsenal with an immediate upgrade in their offensive options. On top of that, Vlahovic has already proven himself in one of Europe's top leagues with Juventus and Fiorentina, making him a safe bet to step right into the Premier League and make an impact. If Arsenal can land him, he could be exactly what they need to keep their title challenge on track. Now, let's talk about what's happening right now. The speculation around Vlahovic has ramped up recently, with reports suggesting his agent is heading to Turin for talks, possibly about his future. This has only fueled the rumors that Vlahovic could be on the move this January. While other clubs might also be interested, Arsenal is clearly one of the frontrunners. However, with the January transfer window being as unpredictable as ever, nothing is certain yet. Juventus may still decide to keep the striker, especially if they can reach a new deal with him. But if negotiations continue to stall, the door will be wide open for Arsenal to swoop in. To sum it up, Dusan Vlahovic could be the key to Arsenal's attacking woes, especially with Jesus out for the foreseeable future. His skill set aligns perfectly with what the Gunners need to stay competitive in the title race. If Arsenal acts fast and secures a deal for Vlahovic, it could prove to be the pivotal signing that helps them secure the Premier League crown. The next few days will be crucial. Will Arsenal move quickly, or will they miss out on this opportunity? Let us know what you think about this potential transfer and how it could impact the rest of the season. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the latest updates on Arsenal FC.